Hi, my name is Michael Reid. I'm here with Floyd Scholes, Master Bird Carver, and we're here to talk about my 30-year employee guitar. This guitar, it kind of started, the project started as an idea that came from our Reclaim Limited. I had a 30-year guitar coming up and I wanted to do one out of reclaimed wood, so I decided to do every part from reclaimed wood that I got in Brazil from the Atlantic forest. So I'll just briefly talk about these woods. The neck, people are familiar with, that's Peroba Rosa, which we did our Reclaim Limited out of. The fretboard is a piece of Brazilian cut from an old beam that came from a house in Brazil. The headstock veneer is Peroba do Campo, and it's figured like the body, the top rather, which was some old flooring. The neck was a rafter, came from a coffee warehouse. Brazilian was a house beam. This was old flooring. The back is Spanish cedar, which was also old flooring. And when I bought this flooring, I didn't realize, but it was pretty highly figured, which is really unusual. So the guys in Private Stock put this together, and I got thinking about what I was going to do with it. I don't play guitar, so I decided I would auction it off and give the money to the American Bird Conservancy for Endangered Species Project in the forest where this came from. And in thinking about it, I thought, you know, I got to do something to have a little more cachet when I go to auction it. So I had been thinking about doing a carving on the body or asking Floyd to do it. So I called him up, explained the idea, the project, what we're going to do with the money, and he immediately said, I'm in. We should do a Harpy Eagle. I'm going to donate the carving, which blew me away at the time and still does.
What Mike fails to mention is that he owes me a beer. I wasn't doing this for free. The choice of a Harpy Eagle is a fairly easy one to make. You'd be hard-pressed to find a more flagship species to represent the power, the majesty, and also the extreme peril that our rainforests face these days due to deforestation and habitat encroachment. The Harpy Eagle stands at the pinnacle of the raptors of the world. The Harpy and also the Philippine Eagle are the two most powerful predatory birds alive, and they are also the most highly endangered birds alive. So it seemed fitting that this species would lend itself to the power, majesty, and beauty of a PRS guitar. And I put a little bit of heart and soul into something that meant a great deal to me for a good friend.
My name is Daniel Levin, and I'm Vice President of Threatened Species here at American Bird Conservancy. Many of Brazil's most threatened bird species occur in the Atlantic forest. This forest was once the size of Texas and occurs along the eastern coast of Brazil, but unfortunately now only about 12% of this forest remains, and much of what remains is highly fragmented. So ABC is working with our partners in the Atlantic forests of Brazil and elsewhere in Brazil to protect the last most important places for those birds and their habitat. There are many, many species that are important that call the Atlantic forest home. For example, the Harpy Eagle is the most powerful raptor in all the Americas, and it was once widespread through the Atlantic forest, but now remains only in the larger fragments that are left. As a birder, a musician, an artist, and a conservationist, I can tell you that this guitar is an impressive work of art. The Harpy Eagle is carved into the wood of the guitar, and it's amazingly carved, it's accurately carved, and then it's painted extremely well with very fine brush strokes. I had to get up very close to see all the detail on this. It's really a great work of art. This guitar also sends a great message about the importance of protecting the Harpy Eagle itself, other threatened birds in Brazil, the Atlantic forests where the Harpy Eagle lives, and other threatened ecosystems in Brazil. The proceeds from the auction of this guitar are going to benefit American Bird Conservancy's Brazil program. We will use these proceeds to directly support our projects with our partners in Brazil. If you are a musician and you want to do something great for the environment and for Brazil, please consider bidding on this guitar. American Bird Conservancy, our Brazilian partners, and the birds themselves, thank you.
Thank you, Michael, for your efforts.
Floyd, there's a million thank yous. I can't thank you enough. It's just absolutely incredible.
It's been a fun project. A little bit about the carving. It was carved by hand by me, completely laid out on the body as a low relief carving. Carved, textured, and painted in artist acrylic paints to replicate as closely as possible the natural plumage and the softness inherent in these great birds, and they are truly Jurassically powerful birds.
Hi everybody, it's Paul here. I'm here with Michael Reid. Michael has been the main wood buyer for our company since we started in 1985. This is then your what year guitar?
30-year employee guitar. I've always, as you know, been attracted to birds, bird watching, and I love old wood. I had some really interesting stuff. This figured old Peroba de Campo flooring.
How old is this piece on the top?
It's probably 150 to 175 years old. It was very, very old flooring.
And what about the back of the guitar?
And that's was old flooring as well, but obviously it's been milled off and it's pretty clean looking. But that was Spanish cedar.
And what about the neck wood?
And the neck is from an old rafter.
How old do you think the rafter was?
Probably 100, 125 years old. And
well, the satin finish just kind of makes it still look
perfect.
like it's. Well, it doesn't look like a rafter anymore.
No. Kind of one thing led to another, and thought, you know, I think with the way some of our collectors are, with employee guitars, with Floyd's work, also with the added feature of the reclaimed wood, which we've never done one like this, totally out of reclaim. I don't know of any American-made guitar ever been made out of Peroba de Campo. Much less with the Harpy Eagle on the top. So
it's a one of a kind.
Yeah, one of a kind. And I thought I could probably really help out some causes with ABC and some of their projects in Brazil. So that's where all the money's going to go to when we auction it off. So I'm hoping to have that within a week or two.
Look, I'm a guitar maker, and this thing has got really. I mean, the sustain of it's ridiculous. It just keeps ringing and ringing and ringing and ringing and ringing and ringing. Well, look, for everybody watching, it's a wonderful instrument. It's a one of a kind. It's the heart of the whole thing's in the right place. Thank you, everybody. See ya. Michael Reid, Paul, we're out of here. Floyd, great job doing this thing. Michael, thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you, Paul.
I think it's sweet that you're doing it.